Why hello there guys, Qwerty Afro here with another Train Simulator 2019 video in 64 bits. Today I wanted to, I just looked at the scenario on the workshop and I just was like, I want to do this as a video. And I haven't done a Class 365 video in ages, I think since like 2014, 2013, and that was with like First Capital Connect, but I think it would be a good kind of thing to get back into and just drive a bit with the 365, because this is something I've not even covered a video on in so long. I'm doing a scenario today that's set in Scotland on the Edinburgh to Glasgow. Well, obviously driving the ScotRail livery 365 because as you know, actually let me just get the doors open. For some reason in this scenario the doors only open like on one like coach in the middle, and that's it, so the doors are open. I wanted to do this because obviously 365s have moved from down south from First Capital Connect and then Great Northern. They've been moved up to supply like extra kind of units and stuff for capacity as the new 385s, I do believe the Hitachi 385s are, you know, obviously delayed, kind of been put in because they had that whole kind of windscreen mirror issue, and then now they've been recalled again to fix a sort of like braking issue, I think. So they've been having problems, but the 365 was sent up like I can't remember how many units, but they were sent up to basically aid with some capacity. Before we get anywhere, you know, ahead with the scenario, shoutouts in this video go to interesting names today: TERRIER Potato and QWERTEE26. That's again TERRIER Potato and QWERTEE26. The links and stuff will be down below. Do show them some love. If you would like a shout out, please use the QWERTY forms link down below. That's the only way you can get a shout out on this channel, not by commenting down below in the comment section. Special shout outs go to Kurt Stewart, and our newest member to the channel is TXM Gamer. Their links and stuff will always be down in the comment section below. I say comment section below, get mixed up, just in the description below. And it's great to have another member. It's great. It's just it's the monthly subscription that if you want to join my channel, you get some cool perks and stuff like that, and you support me, which is all just so great. Anyway, let's get on board here in my 365. I do have the AP sound pack, by the way, so we're going to be obviously hearing some juicy sounds. Let's get the instrument panel on, or I think it might be a light somewhere. Dashboard lights, there we go. Right, so the doors will be closed now. We can't hear them obviously because our first carriage doors didn't open because reasons. But I think basically we can go. I'm going to put the night lights on because we... Let me just get the... Oh my god, come on, come on. Get in there, get in there. There we go. Because it is after 7 o'clock in the evening, actually. It is a bit light. It is a bit light out there still, but I do believe after 7 PM roughly, that's when you should technically put on your... that's where you should technically put on your night lights, I think. I'm not too sure, but I've seen all the other AI in the scenario basically are using the night lights, so I thought, you know, let's be proper and let's join them, and let's get the night lights on our unit. So I'm going to keep them on for the duration, because obviously we're going into the evening now, and it obviously is probably set in summer or something like that, because it's still light out there right now today. You know, in the current kind of in the current UK kind of time and stuff like that. I think summertime's coming to an end. I think next Sunday is the last British summertime kind of thing, and then the clocks go back an hour, I think. I'm not too sure. I think that's the kind of whole gist of things. But yeah, so in real life, it's probably dark by 7 o'clock. In the game right now, it's still light, which is great, because it means that you guys will be able to see the scenery and the views around. Because I don't tend to do too many night services and stuff like that on the channel, but sometimes I do. But it's good to be driving the 365 again, though. And just to prove that I do have the AP sounds on, just using the horn there to let you know that we do have some lovely sounds. Because of course the default sounds of the 365, oh, they're a bit iffy. They're very iffy. I don't want to even talk about them. So I even forgot to explain what we're actually doing in today's kind of like scenario. I do apologize. So ScotRail recently introduced 365s to their Edinburgh to Glasgow route to cover for the delayed introduction of the 385 units, which I did explain. And today we'll be driving an 8-car unit on an evening service from Edinburgh. Oh my god. Ugh. That's off really weird off my tongue. Like you know when you say like a word, like you know how to say it, but then you just say it like in one instance and your mind thinks you're saying it in the wrong way. Edinburgh. Mind me. Just Edinburgh to Glasgow we're doing today, and we're calling at Haymarket, Falkirk and Croy and Queen Street at Glasgow. So that's what we're doing today in this video. And I look forward to it because, you know, as I said, I haven't driven the 365, I think, whoa. It is something like I think it was in Train Simulator 2014 or in Train Simulator 2013 that I made a video of it, and I think that video that I used, that I made, I think I used the Rail Driver console. I think I still have the Rail Driver console. I'm looking at it right now. It's somewhere left on the top shelf somewhere in my room. I don't really use it that much anymore. I don't think I have used it since like the time when I actually did use it on streams and in videos. But I don't think it's like it applies on many kind of trains and stuff like that. I think it's not compatible. I know there's some softwares out there that you can get to kind of make it compatible with, like, obviously this Train Sim. I definitely know it's not compatible with Train Sim World, but I don't know, I might start using it again at some point, but there's no real need for me really right now. I'm not really like lusting for it. Right. Now I do believe as well in this station we're gonna have an issue again with doors, where the doors only open up like down here, which is a bit annoying for us. But that's cool. There's no passenger view, unfortunately, with this train. But I think the interior as well is done up in the kind of... these trains were kind of like left in the kind of white, and basically all ScotRail had to do was just paint the doors blue. Because I think they were... What colour were they? I think they were this colour, actually, when they were with Greater Northern. Because all Greater Northern did was slap a sticker on them, and I'm guessing that's what ScotRail have basically done as well. Right. Let's do a... external departure so you guys can hear the lovely microwave sounds. Now we were supposed to arrive at 4. Okay, so yeah, we were just on time, which is good. But off we go. Come on, FPS. Like I know on the thing route, we should get better FPS as we go on this route. This route tends to have okay FPS once we get going. But still on 64-bit. And now we're just going to be like increasing our speed, because we're going to get 90 and I think then we get 100, I do believe. And these are pretty fast trains. They're obviously like, you know, they were used basically with Great Northern on like express services like up to Cambridge, Hitchin, Peterborough, things like that. I don't know what's the most northerly stop that Great Northern. I think it's Peterborough. That Great Northern. I think that's the max. Maybe there's more. It can go up north, but I think Peterborough is like the most north it goes. If I'm wrong, do correct me in the comments down below. Alright, I'm just gonna fully smack on. And this train does have a speed set kind of thing, so I could even just whack that on 90 and then the train won't go past it. There's a 380. And with the speed set, the light has to be illuminated. So if it's not illuminated, it'll keep going, and then if it's illuminated, it is activated. But I'm pretty sure most trains nowadays, they do have, some still have speed sets, but I don't know if they're used that much, or maybe they're deactivated, I'm not too sure. But it's not really the best kind of feature for a train driver, because obviously you can kind of get lazy with it and just kind of stick it on and, you know, think, because these, I don't know if these cruise controls are actually, they'll hold it, they'll kind of hold it, and then, but the train still can go over the speed. I mean, it caps the motors, the traction motors to the speed. So once it gets to the speed, the traction motors won't, you know, give more energy to the wheels. But gravity and other things like that will still act upon the train and, you know, make it go faster. So right now I've got 100, so we can just move that up to 100. That's perfect. As we cruise, we have about 20 miles to Falkirk, which is good. So it's a nice bit of a sprint that we have, and, you know, a little bit of Scottish content for you guys that are from Scotland, because, you know, I don't forget about you know, the Scottish stuff. I do kind of try to come here and there and do some videos on like Scotland and some routes and stuff like that. And I don't know if there's anything else that you guys would like me to cover, like in Scotland, like any of the other kind of Scottish routes and stuff like that, because I think I have most of them. Like this is the normal Edinburgh to Glasgow, but this is actually the electrified version, which you can get on the Steam Workshop. I'll link down below the scenario, and then I'll also link down the Edinburgh to Glasgow electrified Steam Workshop kind of route that you can download, which is pretty cool, because I do believe it is electrified. I'm pretty sure in real life, because I think the old Edinburgh to Glasgow route was not electrified. So it's a good route to have if you want to kind of like, you know, these were the type of trains that you probably would have just been able to run, but now with this route you can now do, like, you know, these 365s, 380s, and maybe at one point, if it gets added to the game, 385s potentially, because I'm sure Dovetail will make the 385s at some point, because if they have, like, because they obviously made like the like in Train Simulator 2014, they made the prototype Class 800, and now they I don't know, they haven't released like a mod. No, they have they released the GWR Class 800 and stuff in Train Simulator 2017, I think, or maybe 2017 or 2018, one of those two, where they did the Riviera line and stuff like that. I don't know, a bit patchy with the kind of content releases so much, but I think they have a good relationship with Hitachi, and, you know, so potentially maybe we could see some sort of thing with 385s in the game at some point. I don't know. It definitely would work great on this route, and maybe other kind of Scottish stuff. But back to kind of like the stuff I was saying with Scotland, I do have like this route. I have like the Scottish ECML. I think that's it. Just Train Scottish ECML, this route, and maybe another one, but I don't know what other one there is. But I don't know if there's anything kind of else to kind of get. Oh, hello. Let me just put you down there. Now, it is. Oh, great. Some of these speed sets, they don't account for like you adjusting the speed, so you'd have to manually brake. But this one's great. I don't have to even brake. But you know what I mean? This is kind of lazy. Like, you can get so just like forget the handle and stuff and just twist a little knob and just be like, oh, the train will just do it for me. But, you know. Do a little flyby. I do like these units actually. I've never been on them, but they're called they're called like the Happy Train, if I'm correct, because obviously this looks like a sort of smile, which, oh yeah, the little vent, it's a smile. So if you put like eyes there or something, or maybe even the cabs, it's kind of like the eyes. It looks cute. So yeah, it's known as the happy train, the happy face train, I guess, like to enthusiasts and stuff like that. Like if you ask a passenger that takes this train like every day as like a commuter, like doesn't know anything about trains, he'd be like, so what's this train that you get on called? They'll be like, I don't know, my transport to work or something. Like, you know, they wouldn't give you the, oh, it's the happy train. Oh, and I need to slow down to 80. That is great. No adjustments, but I'm not touching my controls, I'm just touching the cruise control. It's fantastic. I shouldn't be that lazy though. I should touch the controls when I can. But you know, whatever. If the option's there, why not? But the thing with these ones, they're part of the like networker sort of family of trains. So like I think these were originally third rail in the beginning, like similarly to the 465s and the 466s. Yeah, 465s, 466. The 466 is the 2-car variant, I think, and then the 465, and then there's like obviously different variants like the 465 1, 2, whatever. But obviously 465, 466, part of the networker family. This was obviously a networker as well. I think it was third rail intent at first, and then when they moved it, I think they were on Southeastern or Connex back in the day, South Connex or South Central, whatever it was called. And then they got moved to Fast Capital Connect, and then obviously Great Northern, and now they're kind of in limbo in terms of where would they go, because there's no real like permanent place for them. They're kind of just like, you know, there's quite a lot of trains right now currently in the UK where like there's no real homes for them, because every franchise is just basically buying new trains. And even though there is trains and stuff that need replacing, like quite old stock, but then there's actually kind of this kind of there's this kind of zone of trains where like this, and like even newer ones like the 707s on the South Western Railway right now, where they're not old, and you know they are new. This one obviously is not as new as like the 707s, but it's still a fairly new train compared to something that was like built in the 80s or early 90s, even though I think these were built in the like late 90s or something like that. But it doesn't matter. These trains are not like old. They don't really need to be replaced. They could easily be like updated or whatever, but there's a lot of these kind of units now that are just going to be, you know, stabled up somewhere in some you know, sidings or whatever, because they really just have no homes right now, because every franchise pretty much is buying, you know, either new Aventry units or new Hitachi units or new Stadler units. It's crazy, and you're going to have a lot of these trains that are just going to be sitting there doing nothing, which people are saying, oh, you know, you should bring them up to the north, which obviously with the 365s they've done that, but only as a kind of like last cope kind of thing for frequency, because obviously the 385s was supposed to be already in service. But you know, I do like these trains, and even the kind of 465s and the 466s, they're cool. I know that recently, or I don't know how long it's been going on, but they've been updating their traction motors to sound like the Hitachi ones on the Javelin, and I don't know how I feel about that, because I felt like these kind of trains had a very kind of unique sort of sound to them, and obviously if you take that sound away, they're kind of like, it's weird. When I heard like I watched some videos of like the ones that have the Hitachi motors now, or the kind of similar traction, and they sound like it's like it sounds like exactly like a Javelin. So it's so weird looking at this and thinking like, that doesn't sound right. But I guess I don't know. I don't know why they would like changed. I think maybe these old motors were like, I don't know if they were unreliable, or you know, they just needed to be changed, they're due by date or something like that. I don't know. If anyone knows, let me know. But, you know, such a change, but there is still some that are, you know, with the same old microwave kind of UFO sort of thing. No, actually no. The Desiros are more of the kind of UFO sounding ones. The 465s, even this, and the 466s, they're more like microwave sort of trains. Even though I don't know where I got that nickname from, or that kind of relation to the sound, because microwaves don't sound like these trains, I suppose. I don't know. It's weird. But they're cool, they're quirky. And I don't think they're going to be replaced anytime. I don't know if are Southeastern getting new units. It feels like they're one of the only franchises that are just like scooping up any available Electrostars or anything available that, like, say, Southwestern Railway are not going to be using, like the 458s. You know, yeah. I don't think they're gonna. No. They're like they're like Southern in a way, because Southern I don't think need to. They need to update maybe their 455s, but they're pretty much just an Electrostar franchise fleet, similarly to how Thameslink is just purely the then what are they, 700s. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh, I can go up to 100 again. It's just going to be loads. It's just the only thing on this now. It's just, oh, we're going to go up to 100 and down to either 90 or 80. See, look, another 90 coming up. So there's no really even point for me changing. But we have another 4 miles to go to our first stop, which is Falkirk. And I'm going to have to lower that. I'm noticing with my game's like drops a bit in FPS every so often. I think it's the loading in of scenery. I might have to adjust some of my settings, I think, for 64-bit. I don't know why. Because I've been seeing that people have been having loads of issues with this game now that it's been updated to 64-bit. I've not particularly, like, I've just updated and I've left everything the same. I've not really done any sort of clean install, or, you know, I've obviously, the only thing I like to reinstall from, well, time to time when I like have to go back and, like, say for this unit, for example, when I downloaded this scenario and I popped into it, and the sounds were basically just default 365 sounds. So I re-downloaded the sound pack again, and that's the only thing I kind of tend to do with Train Sim. I kind of re-download any kind of sound pack, any kind of you know, extra stock and stuff from like AP's website when I like want to, you know, have a scenario with like stuff that's enchants, like sound packs or enchantment packs, etc. But yeah. Like, I've been seeing that Armstrong Powerhouse have been updating stuff as well, because some issues and some bugs and stuff like that have been popping around with, obviously, because obviously this is a change, and there's obviously going to be things that are not going to be compatible, or some things that need to be redone and retouched to obviously comply with 64-bit, because, you know, the architecture of this game is, you know, it's changed. It's no longer 32-bit, which obviously means certain things might not work properly. But right, I'm actually not gonna up to 100, even though I can. 95's coming up, and also you can see our station's coming up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your driver speaking. Should be a guard, I think, but I'll talk to the passengers. Welcome aboard this ScotRail service to Glasgow Queen Street. We'll be coming up to our first stop, which is Falkirk. Another 365, and that 365 is debunked my kind of thing of like having to put on the nightlight, but I'm still gonna rock the nightlight, like, because you know, it is after 7, and even though it's not technically dark, but whatever, But I'm now just basically slowing down. I do not want to overrun Falkirk. It looks like it has very short platforms. And yeah, I kind of just want to... I think we need a bit more break. Maybe I'm overjudging this a bit. One thing also with 64-bit is there is an option, like people that still have 32-bit systems, if you're wondering, oh, can I play this? Yes, you can. Because when you actually now open Train Sim, if you have Steam, if you open up Train Sim, it will ask you, do you want to run normal Train Sim or do you want to run 64-bit? Similar to, I think, with Eurotruck. When you open up Eurotruck in Steam, it'll give you options of what kind of version of Eurotruck do you want. Oh my god, these... I don't think we can fit on this. Can we? 6 cars? Are you kidding me? 6 cars. Okay. Okay, we're just gonna have to work with this. This station is Falkirk. Have we... Oh, just 20 seconds early. That is spot on in my book. That is spot on in my book. Yeah, so I don't know if 365s have the, you know, the option to kind of like if it's a short platform where, I don't know, some GPS system on board would like deactivate these 2 doors. I don't know. Potentially, or maybe even the last door, I don't know, but I think we did well to fit basically everything except for 1 door, even though that door will not technically open. But I think we did well. I think we did very well. I think we're on time, which is, you know, a surprise for one of my videos. But we are departing at 24 past, which is coming up now in about just under 20 seconds, which is good. And then our next station is Croy, which is actually not too far away. It's only about a 9-minute ride. Only, oh, 10 miles. Okay. Not bad at all. Do we get a ring? No, we don't get a ring from the guard. I'm gonna just assume that everything's good and everything is good to proceed. I do love those sounds. Oh man, they're just it's unique. Let's just go. Let's full throttle it. And to 100. Perfect. Good stuff. Good stuff. I definitely have to tweak with some of my settings for Train Sim. Maybe lower the scenery density or something. I don't know. The thing that just increases how far in... Because I think the shorter the distance for like high detail scenery to be kind of loaded in, the better, because it's always sort of loading in. While if you do like a long, like if you put it to like, oh yeah, load in loads of scenery, then at the point where it would have to load in more, it's gonna obviously, like, as you can, I don't know if you can tell in the video that sometimes this FPS just drops a bit and then picks up like right now, and then now it's back to normal. So I have to have a little fiddle with that. Thing is, I didn't change anything from like 32-bit to 64-bit, so this might be just something I just have to tinker with again. Man, but this train goes. I can see why like Fast Capital Connect and Great Northern use them. And obviously this is why they're now used by ScotRail, because they're alright trains. They do the job. As I was saying with their history, they were third rail, like first, and I don't know what's the technical differences between them and like the 466s and the 465s. There probably has to be something that's like significant. Obviously, when they got moved to like, you know, to do the to the East Coast Main Line, they obviously were given pantographs, which they obviously didn't need before. So I don't know if they were then renamed that, or were they 365s, you know, straight off the gate when they were made. I don't know. Someone give me a little history lesson if you want to. I'm all ears. Like in every single one of my videos that I do, there's always someone that gives me like some information, gives me a paragraph down below, and I do love that. I appreciate that. Anyone that does that and, you know, gives me some history, some, you know, something that I might have not known, or maybe something that I might have said incorrectly. I really do appreciate the time that you guys take to just, you know, write to me and, you know, give me your opinion on something of something like that. I do love reading the comments. It is something that, like, every time I do a video, every time I make a video, I'm always thinking in my head, like, right now, even now while I'm talking, I'm like, oh, what are they going to say about this when I get to this point, or what are they going to say, oh, because I'm going to mention this, and maybe someone's going to definitely say something about this because I've said it, and oh, maybe I got this wrong, and I know someone's going to jump on that and I'm going to be like, oh, quite, it's actually this, oh, maybe this, you didn't know this, but it was this, or maybe, like, the ones that I always get me is when people say I'm right about something, which, you know, I always laugh at, because most of the time I'm like second guessing, like, I don't think that's right, but I'm going to say it, or like, I think it's this, but I'm not too sure. And then when people are like, actually, yeah, that was correct, you're right, like when I say a station name correctly, oh, you actually said them right. Or like, yeah, oh, or like the ones, there's rare times where people are like, oh, I didn't know that. And when I actually, like, say something, or like, I don't know, educate's not the right word, but like, when I, you know, when I say something, basically, when I say like a fact or something, or something I might know, and something I'm talking about in the moment, and then people are like, oh, I didn't know that. I'm like, oh, really? Because, you know, I wouldn't call myself I don't know, I'm sort of a train enthusiast, but I'm not like, you know, I don't go train spotting. I don't know every single unit name. I don't know where that single, you know, locomotive is right now in the country, where it's stabled at night. Like, I'm not that type of train enthusiast. I just like trains, you know, I like talking about them. Obviously, you know, I like making videos of train sim and stuff like that. So obviously I do like, you know, trains in that kind of way. I kind of like a bit of history. I think I like history, and I like kind of knowing the changes of things, if that makes sense. I like the kind of knowing, like, say like this, where like the 365s, they got moved to ScotRail and stuff like that. Those kind of reasonings, and maybe movement of stock. I don't know. But I don't know every single, like, I don't know where, like, tonight, 365, what's this train? 365 537 was here tonight, in this location, and oh, but it got moved here like the next day. I'm like, not that type of move, and just general kind of, you know, franchise to franchise moves, or even maybe line route to route moves, or something like that. I don't know. But I most of this time, like, obviously I read up on some things, like, in my own kind of time of interest, or watch stuff. But then, you know, it's, you know, running this channel of like the years I have, I've learned a lot of stuff from just my subscribers and my viewers. Which, you know, that's one other thing that I'm super grateful for. One thing that I've actually, I want to have a chat with you guys that watch my videos, because, and I do look at analytics sometimes, and I look at stats for my channel. But one stat, and before I begin talking about this, I'm going to obviously start slowing down, because QWERTY is coming up, and it looks like it's another short platform, which is going to be fun. Hopefully not 6-car, but it probably is. One thing I wanted to talk to you guys that watch my videos is I looked at a stat which I find really interesting. Like, I have right now 28,500 subscribers, I think, the last time I checked, which is like amazing. Like, I'm not really a numbers person. I'm not like, oh, let's go for 29, let's go for 30, let's do it. I don't really care about my numbers, but I was looking at an interesting stat, and it was about the so it was about like who watches my videos, like not like genders or like what countries and stuff like that, but it was like who the percentage of non-subscribers to subscribers watching my videos. Now, I looked at this, and it's very interesting, because only 20% of my views that I have each month for videos, only 20% are from subscribers. So 80% of views, 80% of people maybe watching this video are not subscribers, which I find is really interesting, because, you know, 80% of people each month, like say if I get like 100,000 views each month, which is somewhere around the kind of rough estimate that I get right now, as I haven't been doing YouTube consistently. Let's just stop here. There we go. Perfect. I don't think we'll get the... yeah, I think I just went over, but that's fine. Okay, that's all right. So, 100,000 views like each month on my channel. That's the kind of, you know, right now. 80% of that is non-subscribers, which amazes me. Like, and this has been like, I think I've looked at this stat over like the years and stuff, and it's similar. Like, I would have thought, you know, oh, most of my views would be subscribers, but they're not. And it just like amazes me. I'm like, so there's all of you guys out there, and I know you're out there because you do watch my videos, but you're not subscribed. Now, I don't know if these are new people. It makes sense in the case, like, if the reason why these people aren't subscribing is maybe they're new. They're just a new viewer that's watched this video, and they'd count as a non-subscriber because obviously they're going to watch maybe 1 or 2 videos and not think of subscribing. But this has happened generally, like, over the whole kind of course of my YouTube channel. So, I don't know, like, there's a lot of you that have not subscribed, but you still seem to find my videos. So, I don't know, that's interesting. I don't know, if you're out there and you're watching my video and you're not subscribed, I'm not asking you to subscribe. I'm more keen to know, how do you find my videos if you're not a subscriber? Do you like just check on YouTube and just be like, oh, I don't want to subscribe to him, but I want to see what he's doing? Yeah, see that this 170 has its night lights on, so I'm following the 170 drivers here on this map. Not the 365. Right, let's just get that up there. Next station is Glasgow Queen Street in about 10 miles. Lovely. But yeah, all I want to know from you guys out there that, and I know there's loads of you, so like if I don't get a response to this, I'll be amazed. But I would love to know, if you're not subscribed to my channel but you watch my channel regularly, because people do. People are not subscribers. That you make up the majority of my views per month. So, how do you find my videos? Or do you just check on my channel every so often? I don't know. Like, why don't you subscribe if you are watching my videos all the time? Why don't you subscribe? It's an interesting stat, because I think I would have probably maybe double the amount of subscribers right now if everyone that's watching my videos actually did subscribe. But again, I'm not asking people to subscribe. It's totally your decision if you want to do that. I never force people to subscribe or like or favorite or comment or do anything. It's you. Do what you want to do. But I definitely would love to know from people that haven't subscribed to my channel, who's watched my videos actively. How do you just check every day, or you just, I don't know, maybe you are subscribed and it's just telling me wrong stats. That's what I kind of like to think, because I was looking at these stats and I'm thinking, surely like 80% of these people are like maybe 50% of them are subscribed, but it just comes up maybe that they did subscribe, or they unsubscribed and they resubscribed, and then it counts as a not subscribed or something like that. I do not know. It's same with a kind of similar stat that watch time, where some people I know that watch my video, and I've talked about this in another video, I can't remember which video it was, but the watch time of my videos, the retention is really like low. It's like about, an average person would watch this video for like 4 or 5 minutes, but I know loads of people watch my videos throughout. But if you start watching my video and then pause it and go and do something else and then come back to it, it doesn't count that you've like continued watching it. It just only counts that first kind of portion of you watching the video. So my retention looks really low, but I know there's people that watch my videos fully. But obviously some people watch a bit of it, because obviously average my videos are like more than half an hour to an hour, and even over an hour. And there's people that take breaks and, you know, put in their watch later list, or, you know, pause it, close it, come back, and the browser saves where you kind of continued, and, you know, so stats are a bit weird like that. But I'm enjoying this ride. It's smooth. It's very smooth, and in this cab is not the nicest cab, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even know if these chairs are comfortable in here, but I don't know. It is airy though, it's not like, maybe, well, I don't know, maybe in real life the lighting might be completely different and it might be very dark, but, you know, I don't think it's the most attractive cab to be sat in as a driver. It's whatever. Just do a little horn for fun. Another 170 coming through. Oh, another interesting thing for this kind of scenario we're doing is, because right now the two last stations we stopped at were pretty much designed for 6-car. I know probably in real life it's probably extended, and maybe an updated version of this map would be a lot better, because I obviously cannot fit an 8-car on these platforms. Is Glasgow Queen Street going to be an issue? I hope not. It might be an issue, it might not be an issue. I don't know. I hope it's not an issue. We're going to see in about 5 miles, so, you know, we're just going to have to cross our fingers here and just hope for the best. But so far so good. I think we've kept up on time really well. And we're supposed to be at Glasgow Queen Street at 44, and we have an ETA of 44 at 37. So I think that is just perfect, on the money. Which is really good. Oh, and as well as leaving links down below for the Glasgow to Edinburgh map, Electrified map on the workshop, and the scenario link, I will leave the link down below where you can get this reskin if you just want the reskin by itself, the ScotRail reskin for the Class 365. I'll leave it down below. And there's a few other, to make this scenario work, there's a few other kind of Abellio ScotRail skins that you need for like the 380. Oh, we need to slow down. Like first, Abellio ScotRail reskins for the 380, for the 170, and I think for the 156 as well. There we go, that's good. But overall, enjoyed it immensely. I just kind of like, there's scenarios I look out on Train Sim on the workshop that I'm like, I've got to do a video for this. And there's loads of other ones that I have like in the works that I want to make videos of. I look at it, I'm like, I need this, I need to do this. I think one that I really want to do, maybe even next, or in the next kind of upcoming Train Sim videos, is a Class 350 in the new Northwestern Railway livery, that kind of green one. Really like the look of that. But it's not my favourite livery, but it looks interesting. I've seen them in real life. Like the greens are, it's a nice green, and the front of the train where it's fully green and then the gangway door is yellow. It's interesting look. But we are now, I think we are in the outskirts of Glasgow now, coming in to Queen Street, which is great. As we're going to begin a little bit of a descent into Queen Street as well. Let's go to 40 and then 30 and then a low 15. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this this video. Hope you've stuck around with me till this point. Again, what I'm going to do, like as I did in my I did it in my Train Sim World video. If you got to this point of the video, I would like you to type down below, what can I say for this video? Oh, I don't know. Damn. Something related with the train, I suppose, like 365 microwave? I don't know. Something like that. Something bizarre. Yeah, comment down below 365 microwave if you got to this point in the video, and you'll be part of our exclusive club of people that have obviously reached this part of the video. 365 microwave. I don't even know what the context of it being related to a microwave, but whatever. But you know, that's the word. I can't think of anything else clever, so 365 microwave is the thing that you're gonna comment if you got to this part of the video. Right, lovely. Nice slow descent. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now arriving at Glasgow Queen Street, where this train terminates. Please be sure to have all your personal belongings with you when departing the train. Thank you for using ScotRail today. And I've just noticed that there's no overhead wires, which is interesting. I don't know if they've merged into the tunnel or something like that. I think they might. Hopefully they'll reappear once we get out the tunnel. But I obviously still have power, so you know. I'm guessing the route's a bit low, and whoever edited this route to have the pantographs probably just put it through the. It's like it's running through the concrete or something like that. Right, what platform? 5. Just hope these platforms are long enough, you know. And weirdly, we have sun coming into the cab for some reason. I don't know why. And do we have? Yeah, there you go. There they are. They've reappeared. I'm guessing we're taking this long platform. Hopefully, good. Oh, that's not a long platform at all. Oh, this could be problematic, but I'm hopeful. If this is an 8-car 380, isn't it? Yeah, if that's an 8-car 380, surely an 8-car 3... Actually, no. Ooh, this is bad. I've just managed 5. Oh, this is really bad. I'm going to the very edge here, and I think that's all I can do. Right, get the tail lights on. Oh my god. There you go. I kind of want... No. Oh, why are you doing this to me? I can't... Oh, okay, I can't turn the... Just the... Can I? I don't know. But, ladies and gentlemen... Ooh, look at that. It's just... That's really close. Oh, well, it just about fit. It just about fit. Which is good. Not bad. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, if the 380 was fitting on here, fine, we'd be fine. But then the signal thing is, like, basically here. So this is where we should have come up to, but we didn't. But whatever, it is whatever. Anyway, guys, I think it's going to kick me out of the scenario now. Yeah. I do hope you guys have enjoyed this this video. It was a pleasure doing it. I love me a good old return to the Class 365 in the ScotRail livery. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll leave the link down below for the skin, for the scenario, as well as the Edinburgh to Glasgow Electrified route. And other than that, I hope you guys have a lovely day. The train, the shoutouts for this video go to TERRIER Potato and QWERTEE26. That's again TERRIER Potato and QWERTEE26. Their links and stuff will be down below. Show them some love. And our special shoutouts, our exclusive shoutouts, for our lovely channel members go to Kurt Stewart and TXM Gamer. Thank you very much for the support, guys. It is so appreciated here. And other than that, guys, take care, have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna be a little calm on this one. Okay, watch on my wrist, skate in my Vans, flow so sick, put a thousand in the van. Maserati body on my Scotty too. Hottie got the fam that's overseas, so if I want